Welcome friends. Currently, I am teaching two courses. One is Total Quality Management and another is Lean Manufacturing. So for these two courses, I have given some assignments, and here in this particular video, I am going to tell you how the assignments, I am giving the instructions on how to perform or how to complete the assignments. But not only for these two courses, in the coming future, the courses that I will teach and I will give assignments, uh, in case of them also, I will follow the same rules, the same instructions will be followed. Maybe that the title of the topic may get changed, but and also the slides may get changed little bit, but the same procedure will be followed. So this video is useful for them who are currently my student, and this video is also useful for them who are going to be my future student. So please take a look at what kind of procedure, how the assignment should be completed, and what kind of procedures we will follow. Okay, so let's start. Suppose the title is given that Humanitarian Supply Chain Management, HSCM, Overview and Quality Perspective. Okay, so the title may get changed in future for some other subjects. For those uh, who have taken the courses of lean manufacturing, for them the title is Humanitarian Supply Chain Management Overview and Lean Perspective. Okay, so but the procedure will be same. Whatever be the title, the way of doing or carrying out the assignment, the procedure will be same. Here you need to mention your group, then you will be mentioning your serial number, name, and your registration numbers whenever you are performing this work or assignments as a group. Okay, so I have already discussed about what is humanitarian supply chain management. Maybe in future I will give some assignments, not for some other courses. It may not be humanitarian supply chain management, it may be some suppose sustainable supply chain management, or it could be green supply chain management, or some it could be automobile supply chain management. So the title may get changed. Okay, so accordingly I will also edit the slide, but the way or the strategy you will follow to carry out the assignments, that will be same for every purpose. So uh, you can download this PPT, is provided in the Google Drive link that I have already given. Uh, so from that PPT, so from that Google Drive, you can download this PPT. Okay, this is your first task, that you will be downloading this item from your PPT. This is your first task. The second task is that you will fill up this particular slide. Okay, the first slide or the title slide you should fill up. This is your second task. The third task, you have nothing to do. You just check out that what is in the second slide, that is the presentation outline is already given. Generally, I will be giving the presentation outline for all the slides. Also, in for the future assignments, I will be providing the presentation outline, and you don't need to change this particular slide. You just need to go through this slide. That's it. Now you come to the point of here. What is HSCM? Suppose if I give some assignment on what is automobile supply chain management, you should write here the definition of automobile supply chain instead of humanitarian supply chain management. But since I am giving the assignment here for you, the humanitarian supply chain management, now you will be writing the definition of humanitarian supply chain management. So you will write down the definition. Okay. Then similarly, you also need to write down the objectives of humanitarian supply chain management. If I make this PPT on green supply chain management, then you can write objectives on green supply chain management like that. Okay. Then HSCM practices in from quality perspective, from lean perspective, or the practices. Okay, you will write down or address here. Suppose if I give that green supply chain management practices in India, so you will all write down what are the green practices here in India by the manufacturing industries and the service industries, that you will write down here. So this is the case. So now while doing these slides, you must keep in mind that you should here only mention the bullets you will represent, and only you will mention the phrase. Okay, for example, in the earlier decades, rapid depletion of natural resources has been taken place. These kind of sentences are not allowed. These kind of sentences you will not uh, address, or you will not mention, because in PPT it is always better that if you mention some phrase, for example, rapid depletion of natural resources in the past few decades. This is a phrase. This is not a complete sentence. So in these particular slides, you should not use long sentences unless it is extremely necessary. Otherwise, you should only mention the phrases, not sentences. These you must maintain. Okay. And also you should check all the spellings correctly. Okay. And also you should mind that from some sources you will definitely the kind of information that you will give here or you will type here, that is obviously based on some journal article or based on some report, relevant report. You will make this presentation, but keep in mind that do not copy and paste. This is not acceptable. Copy paste is not acceptable. You should search for different articles on the website. You will go through those articles. You will understand all those things, and you should write down all the things in your own language. You should type or you should mention things. Suppose you are giving the definition of humanitarian supply chain management, and you have found a very good definition in on your website. Now uh, you cannot just copy the definition and you simply paste it. This is not acceptable. You will not copy and paste the definition from any source. You will go through the definition definitely, but you will try to use your own language in the slide. Do not copy and paste. Okay, so this is the fourth thing that I am saying you. This is the fourth instruction that I am giving you. So you need to follow these instruction very carefully, that do not copy and paste. And whenever you are giving some definition or some kind of things, please mention the references. Even if you are not copy pasting, but still you should address proper reference. How to address the reference, that I will describe you later on. Okay, just move on to the next slide. So here, yes, now you can see that constructs and indicators from HSCM context that I have given. Even if I do not give this assignment on HSCM, if it is some other topic, then also you will find the same things, like some constructs and some indicators you will find. Okay. Now you need to understand what is the difference between construct and indicator. First, I am saying you that here you will find that there are 4 constructs I have chosen here in this case. Maybe in some other research works I might choose more than 4 constructs. Okay, one construct here, it is operational practices, sustainable performance, organizational performance, COVID barriers. These constructs I have chosen. Okay, and under all the constructs I have asked you to collect 5 indicators that you will actually collect from the literature review, or you will go through some literatures, you will go through some research articles or some relevant reports, and you will collect what are those particular indicators. Okay, so so now I was telling about how to address the references. Okay, how to address the references. You can see that here in this case, under the construct sustainable performance, I have mentioned Swift Trust, and I have given that from where I have collected this indicator. I have collected this indicator from the research work of Dubey team. What is Dubey et al. 2019? The conventional way of writing or addressing the reference in the part where in the main part, it is like the main author or the first author, et al. Means and others, then full stop, then comma, and after that you will be putting your the publication year, Dubey et al. 2019. Okay, and also in the list of reference of you will find at the end of the slide, you will find that list of references is there. Here you can see that I have mentioned this research work, Dubey R, Gunasekaran A. These are the authors, but the first author is Dubey R. Dubey is the surname and R is the initial of the first name. Okay, first comma, then full stop, then comma, then surname again, then after surname comma, then the initial of the first name A, then full stop, then again comma, and so on. In this way, the last author, this is, then full stop, then comma, then the year, in which year this particular article was published, that you will mention, then full stop, then the title of the research articles, then again full stop, then the name of the journal from where I have collected this article, that is International Journal of Production Economics. Then it is the volume of the International Journal of Production Economics, 210 volume, comma, then page number 120 to 136, then full stop. So this is how the referencing should be done. There are also other reference styles, okay, but you won't find any other reference styles. You will only follow this particular reference style. Okay, whenever you will find some other, suppose you have mentioned second indicator and you have collected it from some source, then that source also should be mentioned in this list of references. Okay, you can see here that under the construct COVID barrier, the requirement of non-contact delivery, that indicator I have already given to you. So here is from where I have collected this information, from a report. This is also another source. So that I also mentioned here. That I also mentioned here. The report, that I also mentioned here. First, you should mention the report, comma, then the year, full stop, then the name of the report, and then finally there is the link is given, and on which date the report was published, that is also given, dated 4th March 2020. And the same format or same style you should follow for each and every report that you will be using to make this assignment. Okay, in the same way you should, the same style you should follow. Typically, the references you will find, there are three types of references you will find. One is published journal reference, another is accepted but not published, such kind of journal you will also find, and another is report. So there are three main sources. I have already told you that this is the way the published journal article is referenced. Now there is, I have also told that how we can refer the particular some relevant report, that I have also shown you. But I have not shown you how to refer an accepted journal article but not published. Because first the journal articles are accepted and it takes some time to publish. Suppose 3 or 4 months are required to for the publication purpose after acceptance. So what happens, you will obviously get the name of the authors, the year also you can, the acceptance year, that also you will get, the name of the article, that also you will get, but you won't, the name of the journal, that you will get, but the volume and the page number, that you won't get. So what you will do in these cases, if you search in it on the internet, giving just the title, just giving the title, if you search it on the net, you will find a DOI number or the URL link you can also find. So you should address here the DOI link or the URL link, that also you can address simply. Okay. So for example, I would like to show you. I am making a new share. I am sharing a new item. Suppose this is one particular this is one article. Okay, coordination in humanitarian relief chains, practices, challenges, and opportunities. You have found this particular article. Okay, suppose. So now, after downloading, how to download this article, that I will show you later on. But suppose after downloading, you are seeing that this article, there is no volume. Here you can see that volume 126 and issue 1 is there. But there is no volume, no issue. These are not provided. Because issue is, if there are some issue, then you can mention it just within some, indicating some bracket, you can mention it. So suppose you are not able to, issue is actually mentioned within bracket. Suppose if you want to cite this particular published article, then you will write like International Journal of Production Economics 126, then within bracket 1 comma 22 to 234 full stop. In this way you should cite this article in the list of references. Now suppose the issue volume and issue number is not given because this article has only been accepted but not yet published. So in that case, what you can do, here you can see that the DOI is given. So you can simply copy and you can paste it in the list of references after providing the, suppose, International Journal of Production Economics, comma, then you put the list of, you put here, you just copy and paste this DOI. Okay. So in that way, these particular articles are referred in the list of reference which have been accepted but not yet published. Okay. So this is the procedure. Now again, I am going to start the earlier share. So now you can see that there are these constructs, and so I have told everything about list of references, how to present the references. That is now, I think, clear. Okay, I think now it is clear how to do the list of references, how to address. That is clear. Suppose if there are some, suppose if the issue is 3, so you can just, you can write here like 210 within bracket 3 comma this. In this way you can represent it. Okay, it is not a very big deal. Okay, some journal articles, they have issues. That means in a particular year they publish their journal thrice or twice. Okay, so based on that, which particular issue you are considering, so you need to mention it. So I think the idea of reference is now clear. Now we need to talk about that what is actually construct and what is actually indicator, or what is the difference between construct and indicator. So this is our 6th topic, difference between construct and indicator. Construct and indicator. Okay. So you know, in some cases, suppose if you talk about COVID barrier, Okay, COVID barrier is not directly measurable. It is unobservable. That's why it is termed as latent variable. So these kinds of latent variables are termed as constructs. They can be also treated as the cause, but actually they are unobserved variables or latent variables. But indicators, they can be directly measured or observed. Okay, so they are manifest variable. This is the difference between construct and indicator. Whenever we do or conduct some survey, directly we cannot measure about some constructs, but directly we can measure the indicators. For example, the requirement of non-contact delivery, it is a manifest variable. It can be measured directly. You can measure the data. Okay, when the survey is conducted, what happens? You take the you collect the data based on a Likert scale, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 5-point Likert scale. So typically, based on a 5-point Likert scale, you collect the data from the practitioners. This is the conventional process of survey. Suppose some practitioner will tell you that we are facing this requirement of non-contact delivery is very severe to us. Okay, it is very problematic. So he or she can give you a degree of 5. This is an extreme degree. Or if somebody thinks that no, it is moderate, then he or she can mark it as 3. If somebody thinks that it is negligible, then he or she can mark it as 1 or 2, like that. So depending upon the degree, they will mark it. In this particular assignment, I am not asking you to do the survey. Okay, first actually the literature, in case of research work, first the literature review is done, and after that the survey is conducted. Here I am just asking you to do the literature review. In case of assignments, I am not asking you to do the survey. It is just for the information that what is the difference between construct and indicator, and what we actually do, why we require this literature review, and what we will do with that. So that's why I am saying all these things, that why these things are actually required. So this is the difference between construct and indicator. Okay, but you should always keep in mind that whenever you will look for some uh, indicator under a particular construct, you must apply your common sense. Unless you apply your common sense, you cannot make it happen, or you cannot do the task properly. You suppose, what are the common senses? For example, if you search for journal articles that what are the indicators under COVID barrier, there is a very less scope that you will find out some indicators. Okay, you rather, instead of searching journal, you should search for some relevant reports. I am not saying that you will not search for journal. You can search it, you can search the journals, but there is a less possibility that you will find some relevant indicator under COVID barrier by searching the journal articles. Why? Because in case of the journal, you know that COVID is very COVID situation. This is very recent. So usually one particular research work takes very long time, 1 year or 1.5 year. So this much time, one very good survey or very good research work, it takes. So not too much in this particular year, not very I mean, not too much articles you will, research articles, good research articles you can find on COVID barriers. Okay, particularly from the context of supply chain. Okay, it is not very, there is less probability. So, but in case of reports, you can have a lot of COVID barriers type articles. So it is better that you go for reports in case of COVID barriers. Okay. But in case of sustainable performance, operational practices like these particular constructs, or organizational performance, it's better to search for the journal articles. Okay. So this is one common sense. Now the another common sense is that if you think that ready-made everything will be available, it will never happen, I am telling you. Because in the journal articles, suppose if you search for that, one journal article will be there, and in that particular article there will be the one construct organizational performance, and under organizational performance all the indicators will be there. It can never happen. Or if you suppose think that I will search for one article which deals with humanitarian supply chain management, and there will be a construct named sustainable performance, and under this particular construct there will be all the indicators will be there. It can never happen. You just think that I have searched a lot of articles, but I have not found very good indicators under sustainable performance. Okay, so you can understand that after searching or after going through almost 8 or 9 research articles, okay, I have found only one research article that is relevant. That research article was authored by Dubey and others, Dubey and his team. And in this particular article, I have found that only Swift Trust can be considered under the domain of sustainable performance. Nobody has said that Swift Trust will come under the this construct of sustainable performance construct. But after going through the literature, or after going through the research article, I have realized that yes, trust is a long-term thing. Trust is not short-term. Okay, so trust is also not operational practices. For example, if you deliver, suppose what could be treated as operational practices or operational performance? Suppose you are you are using some vehicle, that is one operational practice. Or suppose you are considering the collaborative approach, so that is one operational practice. But Swift Trust, that cannot be considered as an operational. Trust is not operation, but it is one performance. It is long-term basis. So that's why it can be treated as sustainable performance. For example, the environmental performance or the green performance. Okay, so these environmental performance or green performance, these things are, these things come under the domain of sustainable performance. So you need to apply your common sense that which particular variable I will treat under which particular construct. Okay, that there you need to implement, there you need to apply your common sense. Nobody is going to tell you, or ready-made things you will never find. If you search for such articles where ready-made things you will be getting, that under this particular construct there will be these indicators, under this particular construct there will be these indicators, you will never find. Because if such articles had existed, then there would have been no meaning of this assignment. Okay, you need to implement your sense and you need to search. That's why this assignment has been given to you. Okay, so in this way you need to find out, I have done something, one indicator out of 20 indicators, I have 2 indicators I have already given to you. One is from some research article, Dubey, and another is from some non-contact delivery from some report. So other indicators you need to search for. Okay. So after that, you will there will be conclusion part. Whatever things you have learned, that you will address here in the part of conclusion. Okay. Again, the bullet points, and in case of conclusion, you don't need to give any reference, because conclusion is you are digesting the thing, you are assimilating, and then you are saying something about your conception. So that's why in case of conclusion, you must not give any reference. Then the proposal of future research works. After going through a lot of literature review, you will have some idea about this particular thing. So you can propose about some future research work. So that future research work, what kind of research work can be done, you can propose over here. Okay, so that is the case. Now I will tell you that from where you will collect these the articles or reports. First, I will be discussing about reports. See, you need to collect only some relevant reports or some reports from some good organizations. Only those things you need to consider. Okay. You know that there is, in case of humanitarian supply chain, I have already said you what is humanitarian supply chain. Okay. During the time of a natural disaster or during the time of man-made disaster, you need to deliver the necessary items very quickly to the victims through the supply chain or through the NGOs. Okay. So in this particular case, profit is not very important. Here, the responsiveness of the supply chain is very, very important. That means how fast you can deliver those items or product, so that the quality of the product or the quality of the item does not deteriorate. Okay. So the responsiveness does matter in this particular case. I have already said this thing. Okay. So in this particular, so here you, that's there are some very good NGOs. Those reports you can collect. You can search simply using the Google search engine. You can collect some reports and you can find for some variables of some meaningful information that is relevant for this particular assignment. Okay, so you can go for it, those reports. Okay, but whenever you will find or you will search for journals, then basically you need to highlight, or uh, you need to follow these particular journals essential. And you can see that I have already given the list of 9 journals. Okay, why I have chosen these particular journals? Because these journals are very, very esteemed journals, and they also uh, consider the area of humanitarian supply chain management. But yes, if the topic is changed, suppose if you are considering automobile supply chain, so obviously the list, in that particular case, I will definitely change the list of the journals. That I will change. You don't need to worry, I will change it. Okay, so in this case, now you can see that there are 9 journals are there. Out of these 9 journals, you can see that 8 journals belong to the Elsevier and 1 journal belongs to Emerald. Okay, you should understand that there is a lot of journals. Okay, So and also different publishing house. One publishing house can have different journals. There are different publishing house. For example, Springer, Elsevier, Taylor and Francis, Emerald. Lot of publishing houses are there, and one publishing house has lot of journals. For example, Elsevier, it is a very prestigious publishing house, and Elsevier has huge number of journals. Even in the same area, in the same domain, they have a lot of, Elsevier has a lot of journals. In the same domain, Emerald has a lot of journals. Okay, so in primarily, essentially, you will focus on these 9 journals. I am not saying that you will only follow these journals, you won't follow any other journals. I am not saying that. But it is better to follow these journals, because these journals uh, cover the area of humanitarian supply chain, number one, and these journals are prestigious journals, good journals. That's why I have suggested these journals. But I'm not saying that you will follow only these journals, not any other journals. I am not saying that. Okay, you should also follow the, you can also search in the Google, and if you find some relevant or meaningful information from some other journals, that is okay, there is no problem. Okay, so now the problem is that most of the prestigious journals, there you will get very few items will have free articles or open source articles that which you can download. Most of the articles are not downloadable because you don't have subscription. Okay, so in that case, how to manage? Okay, if you suppose I'm showing you in that particular case, there is a very good site that is known as scihub.tw. You need to go to this site, and you need to copy and paste the relevant the URL of the particular journal article that you are looking for, and you will be able to download it. Okay, so but this is obviously that journal has to be enlisted, otherwise you cannot download the articles. Here the journals that I have provided, these are good journals, and most of the journals are SCI enlisted, so you can download the articles of these journals. Okay, so how to do that, I am going to show you now. I will go for a new share. Okay, now I'm going to have a new share. So new share, now I think you are able to see it. Suppose it on Google, I have typed for this journal, International Journal of Production Economics. So here I have gone. Okay, then there is an option, you can see that view articles. I have clicked the view articles, and this window has and if you just click the view articles, you will see that this will come. Okay, this particular interface will come, and here in this case, here search in this journal, here you need to type your keyword. Okay, for example, you are looking for the organizational performance in terms of humanitarian, and from the context of humanitarian supply chain management. So what you can write here, you can write humanitarian supply chain, humanitarian supply chain. Now organizational organizational performance. So in this way, now you can click over here. Okay, if you in this way you can search. Or suppose if you are looking for the articles which are based on India, you can search like humanitarian supply chain, then you can type India and then you can search. Okay. So in this way, you need to search. So here it is, I think I have not good connection. That's why it is not saying, it is saying that humanitarian supply chain organizational performance. But actually, a lot of articles you will find. Okay, a lot of articles you will find. And also you will have the options like here you can see that journal or book title, International Journal of Production Economics option is there. So that means whenever you are giving these keywords, the results that will be displayed based on these keywords and which articles belong to this particular journal of Elsevier. So other journals it will not consider. So better that you just cross it, and after crossing you search it, you search. So in that case, what the benefit will happen, that at a time lot of articles will be displayed which are based on humanitarian supply chain management, and almost all the relevant articles from the which belong to Elsevier, that will come. Okay, but again that may be different journals. So I have already said that under one particular publishing house there could be different journals. So Elsevier is one publishing house. Under Elsevier, there are different journals. There is International Journal of Production Economics, there is Journal of Cleaner Production, there is Omega. So, and these journals, all these journals take care of, consider or cover the area of humanitarian supply chain management. So from all the journals which belong to the publishing house of Elsevier, those articles will be displayed. But if you think that this article will be journal of article from Journal of Humanitarian Logistics and Supply Chain will be displayed, it is not possible. Why? That means the 9th journal that I have given in the list, that is not possible. Why that is not possible? Because Journal of Humanitarian Supply Chain, Humanitarian Logistics and Supply Chain, it belongs to Emerald Publishing House. That is a different publishing house. That journal does not belong to Elsevier. So the articles here, if you give some keywords, you won't be able to find out the articles of Journal of Humanitarian Logistics and Supply Chain Management, because this journal belongs to Elsevier, and only the journal articles that belong to Elsevier, so those only you are able to watch or view here. Okay, so that will happen here in this particular case. So now suppose one article you have found and you just click one article, so and this type of article will be opened. Okay, this sort of articles will be opened. Suppose this is one article, so what is the hindrance, what you can what is the difficulty you can see here. Okay, so the difficulty is that in this particular case, that you can see that the title is given, the authors are there, the abstract is there, but the main art keywords are even also there, but the main article is not there. The main article is not. Why? Because you don't have the subscription of this journal. That's why main articles you won't find here. So you need to download this main article. So how can you download this? You just need to copy this URL. This is known as URL of this article. So you need to copy this article. Okay. Then there is a site, I have given the link, which is known as scihub.tw. This is one link I have given already. So you need to go to this particular site, and here you will simply paste this URL, and then you will click open. So what will happen? Your article will be downloaded. Sometimes it will be directly downloaded to your hard drive. Okay, that it is directly being downloaded to my hard drive. And sometimes you need to provide here a CAPTCHA. After that, you can download it. Okay, so it is very easy and very convenient way to download most of the valuable articles. But in some cases, you will find that some articles are not downloadable. This will also happen. Okay. Why? Because this is SCI Hub. Only SCI enlisted journals will be downloaded. And in some cases, I have seen that even if some journals are not SCI enlisted, they can be also downloaded using this method. But in some cases, the articles are not, there are some a lot of journals as well, those journals are not very good or very renowned journals. So those articles are, you cannot download from here. Okay, so that is also a problematic thing. So those journals you can avoid simply. But the links that I have given, all those journals can be downloaded, all those journal articles can be downloaded using the SCI Hub or using this method. There will be you won't face any problem. So in this way, you need to download those different articles. You need to go through those articles. It will take a lot of time. That's why I am suggesting you that to do the assignments right from the very beginning. Otherwise, you won't be, though it is very short. You may think that the assignment is very short. Just some slides are there, and we will write whatever we wish. But I am telling you, you need to give a lot of huge effort. You need to give. Then only you can answer properly. Otherwise, you cannot. Okay. And also there is a possibility that in the midterm exam or the CAT exam, you need to present the article. I'm not saying that this will obviously happen, but it might happen. Okay. So that's why I am suggesting that you do this homework or assignments right from the very beginning. Okay. Now there is this is another journal of humanitarian logistics and supply chain management. There are different issues and volumes are there, and also you can see that here you can search, but before that I would suggest that in both the cases, for Emerald and for the Elsevier, you can log in register yourself in this journal, in this for these particular houses. Even in Springer, Taylor and Francis, these are the publishing, some very good publishing houses. So you can register there. Okay, you can, after registration you can log in, and then it will be very convenient for you to download all those articles, or to find out some relevant contents based on the keywords. Here you can search, you can type your keywords, and you can go for some relevant articles that you can search for. And apart from these journals, there you will also get some other journals articles you will see. So now, how to search in all the in each and every publication house, they have their different website setup. So how to get registered yourself, how to search articles, that is also a matter of research. So you need to find out that from where I should visit to find out or to search those articles. Okay. So suppose in case of International Journal of Reduction of Economics, or suppose in case of Elsevier, I know that if you go to view articles and then if you click keywords, all the articles will be displayed. So in case of this journal, Emerald, or in case of suppose Taylor and Francis, or in case of suppose Springer, how you can display the articles based on your keywords, that you need to little bit you need to search. You need to go through those websites and then you need to little bit search. Okay. So in these, following these particular methods, you would be able to uh, download those articles. Okay. So now I am going to show you the second assignment. This is the first assignment. Then I will talk about the second assignment. Okay. So in the second assignment, what I have given, that there is a Word document. Okay, this is a Word document. Here you can see that there are 11 serial numbers I have given. For one particular serial number, for one particular case, I have already done it. And the rest of the 10 cases will be or should be done by you. Okay. So what you should done here, actually this is a case of typical literature review. Whenever we conduct some literature review, what we do, we go through several different literature, different websites we visit, we ransack using the Google search engine, we collect or we download a lot of articles, hundreds of articles we download, and out of 100 articles, only a very few articles we will find that is meaningful or that is relevant to my context particularly. Okay. So that's why, suppose if you think that I will just 10 articles I will download and I will manage everything, it is not possible. And again, all the articles are not very easily understandable. If you go through all the articles, it is not possible that all articles you will be understand. First you need to go through the abstract to make sure whether you are able to understand the article or not. If even after going through the abstract, if you feel that no, this article is not understandable, then just simply you leave it and you go for another article. All the articles cannot be I mean, you cannot understand all those articles. So what you will do, you can do here that I have given that, suppose you just have a look at this example, that the literature, so researchers what do, they go through different literatures and they make a table that which particular researchers solved which particular problem using which particular method. That is the case of literature review. So the same thing here also I have made that sort of table. Here you can see that the list, Dubé's list that I have provided here. And in this case, I am suggesting you that do not mention about any report. Here you should do work only with journal articles, not based on any report. Okay, these 10 rows you should fill up based on the information from the research articles or from the journal articles, not from the reports. Okay, so what you can see that here I have given the reference of Dubé, that the paper that I earlier stated you. So what was the research problem? The research problem was there were 3 research problems. Some paper can have only one research problem. Some paper can have two research problems. Okay, so the research problem was there, that what is the effect of uh, what is the effect of uh, BDSE on ST and CP. What is BDSE? BDSE means big data analytics capability. On ST, ST means swift trust, and CP means collaborative performance. Okay. So what was the research outcome? The research outcome was both positive and significant. Okay. Then the next research question was that what is the moderating effect of CO on ST and CP? CO means here the CO means controlled orientation. That means what is the moderating effect of controlled orientation on your swift trust and collaborative performance? What is the result? The result is that insignificant on ST, that means insignificant on the swift trust, but negatively significant on CP, that means negatively significant on collaborative performance. And then the third research problem was there, what is the moderating effect of FO? FO means flexible orientation on ST and CP. ST means swift trust and CP means collaborative performance. Okay, so the research outcome is that insignificant on ST, that means swift trust, and positively significant on the collaborative performance. Okay, so the moderating effect of FO, flexible orientation, is that insignificant on ST, it is insignificant on the swift trust, but positively significant on collaborative performance. Okay, so this is the research, these are the research outcomes. And what methodology is used, or what tools and techniques have been used? Structural equation modeling. In some cases you might find some multi-criteria decision modeling technique like TOPSIS or fuzzy TOPSIS. So these kinds of methodologies. In some cases you might find data envelopment analysis have been used. So lots of tools, and some typical algorithm like genetic algorithm have been used in some cases. So a lot of or in some cases typical heuristics or meta heuristics might be used. So a lot of used methodology you will find. You should also address that. And the next is that other relevant information I have mentioned, that what PLS 6.0 software is used for this research. So if there is any other relevant information like software or something else, that you can identify here. Or if it is not there, then you can simply write that is not applicable. Okay, so you need to fill up this particular Word file too. This is assignment number 2. These 2 assignments, I'm again and again saying that this is a huge task. I know it. That's why I'm giving you only 2 assignments. The assignments are actually very, I mean, whenever you will go through these assignments, you will see it looks like very small. There is nothing to do, but you need to go through a lot of research work for this. That's why the weightage of the assignment is very high. Okay, so now I think the idea is clear. And if still, if anybody has any query, then you can ask me using your WhatsApp or using mail. You can ask me. Okay, so thanks for attending. Thank you very much. Now I am going to stop the recording.